Alright, what's up everyone? This is NinjaDeathStrike bringing you another Pokemon TCGO Battle, and we're doing the Truth today. I apologize, the video started a little late. I completely forgot to have Camtasia up when I took the match, and it looked like it might be a decent one, so... Well, a decent one or a real fast one, but luckily you can see that Mewtwo's only got a fire energy attached to it, so there's no chance of a turn 1 attack, which is good for me. Means I get to live at least one turn, but still... Facing down a Mewtwo EX on turn 1 is very, very scary. So, just judging by the comments I got over the last hour or so since I put up my first battle, seemed like the Truth was going to get the most votes, so I figured I'd get a match with that first. And this is my first draft list. This is the first match I've actually played with the deck, so the list is a little shaky. I'm sure it needs some work, but I was just running real hot this match, which is nice. I don't wanted to put it up. So anyhow, I have the Collector turn 1. I think for a while about playing down the Cleffa. I don't want it to get catcher killed, but then I realize chances are Oddish is a goner next turn. It's going to get taken out, and I don't have a free retreater down, and I could need one, and so I end up, I almost passed there, but I'm going to decide to go ahead and play Cleffa, and if he wants to catcher that out and kill it, that's fine with me, because it means that he's not killing my Solosis, which is actually the biggest target right now, because I only have one of them. So a lot of Truth decks play Pichu. I don't. I just find that I really don't like that card. For one reason or another, I never feel comfortable using it, and so I've left it out of this build. If you caught the Muna in there when I pulled that Collector, you see that I do have a 1-1 Musharna line. I'm not at all sure about that either. I definitely need to do some testing with it, but Musharna is just a really, its power is really, really good, and if there was any deck that was going to play it, it was going to be this one. So I'm going to Sage here, get an awful Sage. Well, it looked awful at first, but in retrospect, it's not too bad. Losing that DCE hurts a lot, but I did get a P-Com, and since I have that rare candy, I'm going to be able to get a turn 2 Vileplume, and that is fantastic because he doesn't have an Emboar up yet. He's got Pignite, so he can get one, but just having a turn 2 Vileplume always makes me feel more secure in Trainer Lock. And so here you can get a pretty good look at the cards I'm running. With most Truth decks, it's just a hodgepodge of all sorts of things. I've got Kyurem, a couple Regigigas, and of course Mewtwo, because this is the Mewtwo era. You play Mewtwo or you get beat by Mewtwo. That's the rule. So I've got one just to counter opposing Mewtwo, and the fact that he led with his is actually really great for me, because if I can take it out, then I get 2 prizes, and mine will still be alive. So for right now, though, I just need to worry about getting set up. I think about eking here, but I really don't want to lose the chance to get my Reuniclus up next turn. Since Vileplume is down, I don't have to worry about a catcher. I'm guaranteed to get Reuniclus next turn. And so for that reason, I don't retreat into Cleffa and go for the Eek here. I also don't care about this Oddish at all. He is welcome to knock it out, and then when I draw into a Twins, it's just going to let me play the Twins. So here comes you saw the Interviewer's Questions, which is a great card in combination with Emboar. So he puts all the energy onto Mewtwo, which is a play that I don't like at all. He only needed 1 energy to take out my Oddish. It was really not a great play to put both on. I mean, it does power Mewtwo up faster, but look at that. I top decked a Twins, and now it's going to come back to bite him in the ass because I play a Mewtwo since it's the best Mewtwo counter. So I'm going to think for a while who I want to grab here or what I want to grab. And what I decide is I think I grab a Regigigas, and then I get my own Mewtwo, and that's really all I need. Like, I could Eek here, but there's no point. He put that 3rd energy onto his Mewtwo, and that means that my Mewtwo is going to do 200 damage to it. And since I have that DCE, I'm going to be able to get a turn 1 attack off, and that's just why Mewtwo is so ridiculously strong. It only takes one turn to power up. So I considered taking some other stuff here. I thought about maybe getting another Twins, and then I was like, oh, no, wait, that's dumb. I have Cleffa. I don't need Twins, and I've got an opportunity to kill this Mewtwo right here. And yeah, you can look forward to hearing the word Mewtwo a lot from pretty much anybody who's going to be posting TCGO battles in the coming weeks. It's going to be in every deck, at least one of them probably, and it's going to be the key to a lot of matches, and that's the case here. So I'll go ahead, drop mine, attach the DCE, and now I'm ready for a revenge kill. So I'm completely set up at this point. I've got Reuniclus down, I've got Vileplume down. I'm going to take out all of his energy, so he's going to be left with no energy, which isn't as big a deal with Emboar, since he can probably find ways to get some, but get to draw 2 prizes for taking out that Mewtwo, and there's not a whole lot he can do right here. He can go into Reshiram, maybe get a Blue Flare off if he's got 3 energy, or that's it. He can sacrifice something. So he's going to think for a while, and he ends up going into his Growlithe, which is actually not really a bad play. He needed to buy some time, and the only way I'm going to be able to KO that Growlithe is to attach 2 more energies to my Mewtwo, and that's just a really big investment. It would mean not attaching to Regigigas, who also needs 4 energy to attack. So I think that was probably the best play that he could have made. And then he uses an Oak. I see him drop a Dynio, so he's got a Hydreigon too. This looks like kind of a messy deck. I mean, he's got a ton of good cards. I'm sure that he's got the ability Arcanine too, which is really good, but just too many lines together. So he gets a new hand. I think he thinks, he kind of stalls for a long time here, thinking about what he wants to do. Like, obviously, if he attaches an energy to his Growlithe, I only need to attach 1 more to knock him out. He can put the energy on Reshiram, but then he's not going to be able to do anything next turn. So, or he could try to build up that Dino, but there's no way to Rare Candy it. He's got to evolve manually, so that's going to take at least 2 turns. So this is pretty much an object lesson about why you do not want to lead Mewtwo EX in most cases, because it usually means that yours is going to die first, and then your opponent's is still going to be alive, and it's just going to tear you a new one, because that's its job. So he puts 1 onto Growlithe here, and then he puts 1 on Reshiram, and then I think he takes it off of Growlithe, and then he just kind of thinks about what he wants to do for a long time, and ends up, I think, just putting them on Reshiram and passing. So I was also thinking about what my battle strategy was here. I mean, I'm in good position now, but my hand's not very good. And then he disconnects, so that was cool. He just quit. His Mewtwo died, and that was it. He couldn't handle the truth. So I'm going to play out my turn just in case he comes back, as I always do. Because sometimes people just need to refresh. It gets really laggy, and they just need to refresh their browser so that it's not. But anyhow, I'm going to think about what I want to do, because I have a choice where I want to put this DCE. If I attach it to Mewtwo, I can take a prize on the Growlithe this turn, but then all of my energy is locked up there, and I've already discarded a DCE with that Sage, so the chance of getting another one, not great. And that means Regigigas is going to take a long time to power up. So I could do that. I could also attach to Regigigas here and just hit for 40. And since his Growlithe doesn't have any damage on it, or doesn't have any energy, it's not really a threat. But it is going to give my opponent another turn to, do something, get set up further. So in the end, what I decide to do is actually retreat and then eek, because my hand is really bad. It doesn't have anywhere to go. I I wasn't sure about the move then, and I'm still not sure about it now, but my thought process was, Mewtwo only takes 2 energy to attach, so losing the DCE on him is not nearly as big a deal as it is on Regigigas, and then it would allow me to get out of that bad hand and continue to set up. So I'm not sure if it was the right play, but I don't think it was the worst one. And anyhow, he didn't come back, so it didn't matter. That is going to be the match with the Truth. It was a short one, but I mean, hey, it showcased the deck perfectly. I got set up about as fast as it was possible to set up with the Truth, so we'll see how the deck list goes. I have a feeling I'm going to end up taking out the Musharna line just for consistency's sake, but part of me really wants to keep it in there just because it's cool. And anyhow, I might take another battle with it later. For now, I'm going to get some matches with the other decks, so we'll see what order this one comes in. I have a feeling it'll go up first, though, and I'll have more coming your way shortly. Thanks, guys.